Some people manage the endless hunger very well. Maybe they have fear as a motivator. So some people say, well, how is it that some people eat a little bit of Pop-Tarts and they stay a good weight? Well, maybe
anomalies.
right. No, they are anomalies. We know that less than 12% of America is metabolically well, meaning they don't have any of the components of metabolic syndrome. So they are truly less the minority of the population. But some people have a very potent, particularly I've seen in younger women, they have a very strong social stigmas and the figure that they should have. So they have a very, and whereas men, it's like, almost as if they don't have the same, well, it used to be, now there's social stigmas being placed on young men, but there is an outside force kind of limiting weight. I cannot tell you how many women come to my practice and say, I've been dieting since age 11.
Yes.
And so this culture didn't exist in men, but is now coming into the forefront. Certainly I've been dieting since 11. So I think that there's outside pressures that can, to some extent, limit intake, right? Certainly if you have a crazy breakup, what happens? You stop eating, right? If somebody gets sick in the family, what happens? You stop eating. But that's not a long-term driver, right? It's an episodic and periodic driver of intake, right? So yes, you can be a bodybuilder and focus on what you eat for a certain period of time, but at the end of the day, your hunger will likely take over if it is not your 24/7 profession. So the problem with our current medical system is the policies, the guidelines, and the approach to nutrition is mainly decided by, one, people who are metabolically healthy and have no appetite issue, and two, people who respond very well to this central planning of weight management, which is not what the average person does. The average person responds to their hunger. Animals respond to their hunger. So you don't have a part of your brain that clicks when you hit 2,000 calories and says you're done.
Yes.
You have a part of your brain that clicks when it's sated and it says you're done. So using calories as a metric to guide obesity is actually counterintuitive. It actually, I'm going to say it's harmful. Okay, I believe it's harmful. While it does provide you, it's like going to a bum on the street and saying you're losing money, you're losing money. That's great. It doesn't help them to remind them that they're losing money. That's what the calorie paradigm is. It shifts the blame to the person suffering the appetite issue and does not give them a way to eat less. It just merely says eat less. And it does not give them a way to regulate a out of control appetite. It just merely says your appetite's out of control and you cannot regulate it. So the problem with the current messaging, and the reason why I'm so against all of these people, Yoni Friedhoff, who's been critical of Jason Fung, Lane Norton has been very critical of Nina Teicholz, Gary Taubes, Jason Fung, and myself. The reason why I'm very critical of this paradigm and this approach is because they don't realize how they're very harmful to the over 2/3. And furthermore, they don't recognize the power of carbohydrate and intermittent fasting. They believe that its effect is completely driven by weight loss, which we know is not true.